This is something that I've been kind of pitter-pattering with for a couple of years now. Did a little bit of work on it. Nope. A little bit more work, and then like, yeah. And you know, maybe you can tell the reason why. It's because it's like this old sexist business and national tragedy. You know, it's kind of a difficult dance to tactfully tackle this. But that being said, I think it's achievable. I think it can be tackled, and I think it'd be fun. But I'm gonna just walk you guys through my whole thought process and plan with this. Starting with the Hooters 9/11 sweatshirt. It's just a standard gray sweatshirt. It says 9/11 with the Twin Towers. Hooters remembers let freedom wing. Wing as in chicken wing, which Hooters is famous for making. Super tacky, very funny. So I've seen plenty of other YouTubers or streamers get this sweatshirt and kind of show it off. I decided that I would take that like a step further, not just show it off, highlight it, and kind of elevate it a little bit. Create an entire fashion magazine about it. And that's the concept we're working with. Now, I kind of wanted to just write out some of my thoughts and thinking about this. The inspiration I'm taking is high fashion magazine. I've been looking at a whole bunch of different high fashion brands, getting a whole bunch of old magazines at a library, really just trying to see what other brands do and try and figure out a way to kind of replicate that. Because we're taking something tacky and we're making a magazine that's really classy. Almost a little too artsy to be practical. So we could start with something like how many pages? So typically they're around 200 to 250 pages. So that's kind of our ballpark here. Now there's lots of, we do include ads. So I'm gonna write ads included. That'll be a fun thing for us to do, to think about making our own ads. We need text, we need copy, and we need images. What are these articles going to be about? Well, I think the first one's got to kind of be about my thoughts about this and maybe the story kind of behind the design. Now, in terms of writing these, I'm kind of torn. I've done a few book projects on the channel so far. We've done the Rock's coffee table book, and we have done the Cursed Cookbook. The Rock coffee table book, none of the images are mine, none of the text is mine. I just did the layout. The Cursed Food book, none of the images are mine, all pulled from the internet, and the text is all AI generated. I don't consider myself much of a writer, but I think it would be nice if I could have a book where everything in it was produced by me, not by an AI and not taken off the internet. So that is a possibility. That being said, I don't know if I have the time to fucking write 5 to 6 articles for this. So we'll put a pin in that idea. Maybe I'll write it, maybe I won't. In terms of images, we're going to do a mix of illustration, photography. It's going to be a lot of Photoshop work. I have a bunch of photos of me in the sweater, so because we really want to try and like push the weirdness, the strangeness, and just really make something kind of out there. I think that'll be the most fun we can have with this. Or actually, let's start where I started this process. So, on September 11th, 2022, I made an important purchase. The Hooters Remembers 9/11 shirt, vintage Hooters Remembers Let Freedom Win shirt, Hooters Collectibles 9/11 t-shirt, Remembers 9/11 t-shirt for the low price of Canadian dollars here, $63.04. The absurdity of this shirt spoke to me. God damn, what a tacky design. I cannot believe that this is something that Hooters decided to produce and then sell. I wanted it. No, I needed it. When searching online, I found it impossible to find a vendor that could verify the sweatshirt was an authentic original. So I decided to just get a custom print off of Etsy. It was worth every penny. I think it's funny if I come and say, not everyone appreciates good fashion. I found this sweatshirt to be difficult to wear out. Given its relation to the tasteless boob restaurant and the national tragedy, I found that not everyone had the same appreciation for the garment as I did. Cowards. This is a sweatshirt that deserves to be shown loudly and proudly. Thus, this magazine was born. This is a love letter to this terrible, faceless top. I want the world to remember that there was a brand brave and bold enough to attempt to capitalize on the national pride of the US nation and the tragedy of the 9/11 terrorist attacks. Hooters remembers, and so do I. Let freedom wing. And we're gonna get rid of all these hard returns. Let's actually style this instead. That's pretty good. An unforgettable look. And we could make this bigger. This is like the first spread, so we could really push things a little bit. And I think we just up the size of the text slightly too, like just a 10. Just enough to kind of give it a oof. I think for this, we're gonna make this all italic. There we go. So in terms of like how we want people to look at this page, we land on it. So we kind of got like this image, which kind of it's got this, you know, people bring your eyes to the face typically. We got kind of these lines going on, but we also have all these like side lines. So we could kind of get like a shape like this going on and try and like bring the attention of all the way like to here. Like let freedom wing is where we want like the second point of interest to be. This I think is the element that'll connect these two pages. This one, I think we go completely different font. And we just make it giant all the way across the page. Keep the orange color going across the page. Let freedom wing. Like it's really weird, but like I dig that. Like that was completely accidental the way the G is landed on that, but damn. Hooters remembers, and so do I. ... And we pull this out and push you out. I think this could be a little bit smaller. Now what I want to have happen, I like how this is positioned. Now I want this to tie into each other. Like that. That's like just ever so slightly fitting together. What if it goes to here? How does that look? Too much, right? Yeah. We just shrink it down a little bit. There we go on that end. And pull it back this way a little bit. Too much. So we just shrink it down here again. And there we go. This is something. Instead of an what if I do a hyphenation here? That intentionally connects. Okay, that's actually kind of banger. And this orange is here, a little bit of orange up there. Needs like one more element to kind of tie things together. And we need to get that a little bit larger. And then we get this line going here like that to highlight the image maybe a little bit better than we have. But maybe something more like this. And this kind of sits on the inside of the image. Let me really get weird with this. Let's make this all on one page for a second. Let freedom wing. It's going to be a main element right here on this page. We're going to create this kind of invisible line right here. Is keep it lined up with this. Just make this a little bit larger. And then we got this going. Let freedom wing. Forget the unforgettable look. I think we delete that entirely. And we start up here. I don't think we need the dash here. We just have let freedom wing. It kind of speaks to the page. Speaks on the page. Move that over to there. We could downplay cowards. Cowards doesn't need to be as highlighted as it is. And then we do come back in here. And this we just hit with the bold. And the N I want to line up, but I'd rather have the letters line up with this over here. So I think we're fine without it lining up to the end. Let freedom wing. So we got our first 2-page spread. Gotta fill like an extra 198.